Bitcoin came up all the way to the top of the falling wedge, guys, and therefore met the technical target. In today's video, we are going to have a talk about what's going on with Bitcoin, whether will get a correction, whether we can continue this uptrend, and I also want to have a look with you at one specific altcoin, which actually doing quite well, and I think will do even better over the next coming weeks and months ahead. So guys, let's jump straight into it. With that being said, my name is Jeroen. Welcome to the Blockchain Today, the channel where you subscribe for daily crypto videos. Right now, let's jump into the content. And of course, guys, make sure to smash up the thumbs up button down below this video if you appreciate me making this content. And yeah, guys, for sure, one of the things what we have been focusing on lately is that we thought Bitcoin would come most likely even lower than this low and later than this low. And I can already see some things that went wrong in being more flexible and switching my perspective whenever things changed. And this is actually something that I have written in my own trading strategy, but haven't applied on the recent price action because personally or honestly, I was just really thinking that the time band is going to be so important, because if we have a look at the previous lows right here, they were really accurate almost on the day, sometimes one day later or one day early. So for example, right here is a couple of days early, but this was really early that we are seeing, and I've used this scenario as well. I've mentioned this scenario as well. So guys, I've mentioned 3 scenarios over on WhaleAlerts, and the first one was the orange scenario where we indeed would see a breakout from. The second one was the blue one, and the third one is the white one. And I would personally, when I look at the structure, I would favor the white one, because normally I would like to see with Bitcoin some form of capitulation, some form of shakeout, either based on time or based on price. And I don't really have the feeling we have seen that, but that actually makes it even more bullish that we are seeing. So what I did wrong, or what I could do better next time, is that the moment we came down right here, touching the support, we actually had the signs if you would be open for it. So we undershoot the support right here, which generally is already slightly a bullish sign. Similar as here, we undershoot the support, and then we at least go to the resistance. Right here we also went to the resistance, but we did that with a bullish divergence on the MACD right here and on the relative strength index. Bullish divergences can be an early indicator for trend reversals. They don't need to be, but can be an early indicator for trend reversals. Then we had a break above the 4-hour EMA ribbon, which acted as resistance before. That should be actually the first sign. I've made a video about that as well, long when we break above the 4-hour EMA ribbon. And yeah, basically I should have listened to that anyway, because this was actually quite bullish price action. And if you would have looked on Whale you would see that the funding rates during that time were coming down while the open interest was going up. Then yeah, I think you could make the case that Bitcoin has a higher likelihood of breaking out, but predicting this massive pump would still be impossible, because this was actually quite crazy price action, and a lot of liquidity went into Bitcoin, a massive reaction, and we just went to the technical target straight away. But that is all good, guys. This is just something to learn from, okay? I'm still happy because on my spot side, I'm still all in. I'm all in Bitcoin since 15, 16K, and we took profits right here at the top. And the moment we broke out, I also dropped a video over on WhaleAlerts that this is the moment I'm entering with the spot position again. So still have a little bit of profits. I really hoped that we could get some lower entry for Bitcoin. Well, that's not the case. You don't always get what you want. I haven't seen the perfect storm to set up my trades as well. That's why I haven't taken that much advantage of this move next to spot. But nevertheless, this is good to have to go through that process and to learn of things what you can do better next time. Interestingly, guys, at the top right here, exactly at the top on the minute, we had a massive reading on the premium index, which shows us that most likely we have a at least temporary reversal. Then, guys, this chart is very, very important. This is the stablecoin dominance, and yeah, I think this is actually looking quite bullish because we have this we have this rising channel starting from April. We broke this channel to the downside, which is bearish for this chart, right? Continuing this downtrend because this chart is definitely in a downtrend, while Bitcoin is in a uptrend because there's an inverse correlation. We did broke down on the relative strength index as well. That support was even from January this year, and we might break the MACD support also very, very soon. And I think it would make sense, maybe with a short-term bounce or whatever, but at least to come to that support. And therefore, to come to that support, there still should be some potential upside left in Bitcoin, but it might not be too much. But this is it's just hanging a little bit in between, right? So that is just something to watch. Bitcoin met the technical target. So it would make sense from the Bitcoin perspective to get a small correction right here. But I think if you look at this chart, you can also make the case that there might be still some fuel for more potential upside. I think the most important thing is going to be how this chart is going to react at this support. Because let me change my camera right here, but if you see this rising channel in the stablecoin dominance chart, guys, this support is for massive importance. We've created this rising channel from 2019, and if we break this support to the downside, the whole structure changes, and this would be insanely bullish for Bitcoin, right? If we would just like touch the support and then continue to trade within this rising channel, that would be extremely bearish, because an uptrend in the stablecoin dominance means a decline in the Bitcoin price. So actually, to have this bull market, we can only have this bull market, this massive bull market, if we do break down. And I don't say that we have to break down directly. Maybe we get squeezed within this like 2 and then we break down, so we don't have to. It can take some time, but for this bull market to happen, we have to break down. That's why this chart is so important, and I will put alerts right there. We'll update you guys whenever we are getting those signals. So guys, this is a little bit what I think in Bitcoin. If you're not in a position, yes, I would not recommend to do anything, because now it's just unclear. We just had a massive rally. We can correct. I hope Bitcoin will correct. It would be awesome if we would get a retest of this level, but I doubt it, because I would re-enter at these levels. But I doubt that Bitcoin will correct that low, although it is still possible, right? Maybe it takes a little bit more time to get there, but it is possible. I just would like to see what Bitcoin is going to do in the next couple of days or weeks. If we are going to correct and we do find a nice support level, I'm definitely going to load up more bags and checking for long positions. Then guys, we have this altcoin, which I think is just doing very good. This is the first token ever created on top of Bitcoin, and you can already imagine the hype and the story, the narrative that this coin carries. But yeah, we actually have been investing in already during this period, and yeah, also this breakout we have been. I have been buying already as well, and right now we can see that we have another resistance level which we just broke to the upside, and I hope we can hold it. If we can hold it, I definitely expect more upside for this altcoin. I think this altcoin can do actually quite good this bull market, because I'm bullish on ordinals and Bitcoin NFTs, and I think the narrative you can make about the first coin ever created on the Bitcoin blockchain, it's going to do most likely pretty well. Also, guys, I just want to share, like, I really don't think these Bitcoin NFTs will leave. I think the adoption will slowly pick on, and I've been telling that already for some time. But yeah, I really do think that, because it makes so much sense. And even people like where I look up to, Bob Lucas, very early in the space, was into Ethereum NFTs. I asked him yesterday if he's holding any Bitcoin NFTs, and he also states that he minted some ordinals early on. So we got like these big influencers. This is not any guy. I would say this is quite a smart guy. You wouldn't, if it really wouldn't be interesting for him, he wouldn't be minting some ordinals early on, right? And if Bitcoin NFTs really wouldn't be interested, they wouldn't be adopted by Binance. And guys, the amount of money in the Bitcoin NFT space is just so low, because it got introduced and we did saw a little bit of hype, but the only participants in the markets right now are the people that are already a long time in crypto. There is no retail, there is no new liquidity. So from the old liquidity, which most likely the main people are already quite stingy or lost a shitload of money because of the 2022 bear market, they will not invest that quickly into NFTs. They have to read into it. There is no retail. There is no really new liquidity going into this. So I think we are actually quite in the early stages of Bitcoin NFTs, and I don't think it will go anywhere, especially not, like I said, when Binance is adopting it, when people like Bob Lucas or other big influencers like Crypto, I know for a fact that he also bought Bitcoin NFTs. And of course, it's a huge gamble, but you gotta position yourself for the wave that's coming. So we also do that with the bull market, right? We already positioned ourselves into Bitcoin early on right here. For whenever that bull market starts, we will make gains. So that is also the way to basically make it in these markets. You gotta position yourself before the action. You gotta position yourself at some place where you think the action will happen. And then once the action happens, you can either step out, use your capital for different things. It doesn't work to chase a pump. So if you have, for example, like a altcoin that is pumping like crazy, and to chase it, to enter, I think that doesn't really work. It's also emotionally very difficult to maintain such an investment. But if you already can see the action coming from a mile away, and you position yourself for that, and you just wait patiently, and then that action is coming, and that is the moment that you can actually take advantage of it, and then sell your asset for a massive profit, and use your profit for different things, maybe to accumulate more Bitcoin, whatever you want to do with it. But you have to position yourself, you have to take a certain risk. And of course, my biggest allocation is Bitcoin, but I also have allocations in Audi, which is already doing quite good. With Audi, I'm already way up in profit. But I also position myself into this potential action that comes. So I'm not saying that I know for 100% sure that this is going to come, but when I just do the math, very, very simple, I just can't see this really going wrong. Or I can't see that there is no liquidity going to Bitcoin NFTs. That would be so weird. Imagine all the liquidity that went to Ethereum. That is crazy. And the amount of liquidity that right now is in BRC20 tokens. We can have a look at it. So guys, this is the market cap of all the tokens combined. So that is actually super low. And yeah, I just think this is really something I would like to take a risk, because as an investor, I love to take risks, but I want to find those risks, and I need to get those risks in my radar, right? And once I find a risk worth taking, I want to jump onto it. So this is one of the risks that I'm taking this bull market, where I think I'm going to, where I can get something out of it. Okay, guys, then quickly go over to whaleportal.com. We do see that the funding goes back to normal. That is something interesting. We do see that the premium index hovers around the zero line, and we do see that the take buy sell ratio going below the green line. So generally saying these positive funding rates, and we can actually look at it separately as well. Go to this funding rates page right here, and that's true. The funding rates are actually quite high. There is no negative funding across the board, only on Ethereum on BitGet. So that is not too bullish. And then if we have a look at the premium index going to the zero line, we would like to see this normally coming down, because when it's coming down, it means that the spot price is higher than the market, than the contract price, which normally is bullish. But once this go back to the zero line, it's also slightly bearish. And when you take a buy sell ratio goes below the green line, it's also slightly bearish, guys. So when we have a look at Whale Portal charts right here, it looks that for the shorter term time frame, it's looking slightly bearish for Bitcoin, which could mean that we could see a correction right here also after that massive reading on the premium index, which also shows, guys, that this could be a reversal. So I guess it would kind of make sense to get a correction right now to the downside. But guys, this chart is also important to watch because we still have some space to the support, but we could also do something like this, right? Maybe create a bullish divergence right here, whatsoever. But this chart is something you want to be watching on a macro scale, because if we are breaking out right here to the upside, you definitely want to take profits on your cryptocurrency holdings. And if we are breaking out to the downside, you don't want to be positioned outside of the markets, even not when Il Capo of crypto is still screaming Bitcoin is going to 12k. Okay, guys, that was it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it, guys. I hope you can all appreciate these videos. If so, do make sure to smash up the thumbs up button. That is very much appreciated from my side. And yeah, guys, I love you all very much. I want to wish every single one of you a beautiful day today, and I hope to see every single one of you in the next video.